Hey doc, what does the next level of success look like for you? Have you thought about it? Have you dreamed of it? Can you see it in the future? If you're a chiropractor looking to take your practice to the next level, you are in for a treat today. After working with thousands of practices, we can see a pattern, and we've distilled it down to the 5 qualities that the top most successful practices have. These are practices that were struggling before, but by taking on these 5 traits, they immediately started seeing success and skyrocketed to the top of our industry. I'm going to share these 5 traits that every single practice owner has, and this is based upon my experience working personally with them. I want you to pay particular attention to number 3 because it is the key to real success. So let's get into it. Step number 1 of the most successful practices is something that I pivoted to early on in my practice, where I realized that by focusing on a very specific condition changed everything for me. Instead of being a general practitioner, I was seen by my community as an expert. I really started working in this field of scoliosis because my mom suffered with scoliosis. In fact, she went misdiagnosed by most medical and other holistic practitioners, and she was told that she couldn't have any more kids after just having 2. But my mom's dream was to have 12. So to have your dream crushed like that because of a health problem, it was devastating to her. And it led her and my dad on a journey to find answers like who could help them overcome this health obstacle. And it was a chiropractor who finally x-rayed my mom's spine and diagnosed that scoliosis, and with treatment, my mom eventually had 10 kids. She didn't make it to 12, but I'm so lucky she made it to 10 because I'm 10th of those 10 kids. So hallelujah for that. I wouldn't be here today if it wasn't for that chiropractor that changed my mom's life. It led my dad onto this path of becoming a chiropractor and eventually helping to develop the Thompson technique, the 3rd largest technique used in our profession, and becoming the executive vice president to David Palmer. So when I came out of school, I really wanted to create as much impact on patients' lives as I could. And from my mom's background, my dad's training, I started marketing myself very specifically. But there were limitations to even what I could do. And I was really blessed to learn about Burl Pettibon and the Pettibon technique. And then I was later introduced to Deed Harrison and chiropractic biophysics. Underneath that training and those certifications, I was able to increase my level of expertise. And again, because of the outcomes I was getting with my patients began telling the community, my marketing began telling the community that I was an expert, not a general practitioner. It was the most severe cases that you send to our practice, and we built a team to be able to deliver those. So I want you to shift that focus. I want you to find, niche marketing. There's an incredible, company right now with Dr. Aaron Gum and Blueprint, who is really helping our doctors focus on niches, how to market those, how to deliver those care plans. So depending on what your desires are and what kind of conditions you want to attract, go find a group, a coaching group that can help you clinically to become an expert in that desired niche. Now, if you love this kind of content, just simply click the like button, the subscribe button, and the notification, all 3. That'll help you never miss a great episode of the Data-Driven Practice. And of course, share these videos, because the more you share them, the more YouTube likes that, the more we will reach and impact our profession. Now, step 2 in this process that these top chiropractors have in their most successful practices is taking now that niche expertise and making sure they build it into a care plan that's valuable, that will create the patient transformation that the patients are looking for. When I began bringing the services underneath one roof that would deliver the outcomes for those scoliosis patients or those patients who are suffering with structural abnormalities, man, we were able to deliver all sorts of services in one location. They didn't have to go to different practices to receive different treatments. They could find it underneath one roof. Now, the care plans became, more expensive, but the patients were willingly able to invest in those and with more gratitude because they didn't have to travel to other places. They could get it all. The convenience, the speed, and the certainty in which we delivered those outcomes were so valuable that the patients thanked us for the high value care plans. That leads us into step number 3, which is the most important, and this is where most practices fall short. You see, you get so busy treating your patients that you forget how important it is to document your transformation. Now, I'm not talking about your chart notes. Those are important. Keep up the soap notes. But what's more important in your marketing is actually creating what we call a patient transformation, a case study. You're probably getting pretty good with your reviews. You're probably even getting pretty good with your testimonials. But what I want you to become great at is your case studies. The case study is broken down to where in the video, you get to see where the patient was suffering before they found and discovered your treatment center, what they couldn't do anymore, what life was like now. How did they find you? We found that by including that in the case study, that was relatable to other patients, that they found them either through a referral or through another provider. It builds credibility, or maybe they found it through a marketing video just like this. But they were so grateful that they found such a qualified facility. They then tell the story of going through the consultation, being afraid to have hope that they had finally found somebody who understood their condition, who properly diagnosed them and properly put together a treatment plan, that they committed because they had faith in that. They moved forward with hope and certainty that things would be different this time. You show B-roll of the patient getting treated, things that they do at home as they go through that experience on the video, and the B-roll and their voice telling about what a visit was like. Because as other potential patients watch this, they can see themselves in the video. They can see themselves and relate to doing those very same treatments. They begin developing a desire. I would like to do that. I wish I could be a part of that. It's that desire that starts to build and whelm within the potential patient that's watching the transformation. And then the most powerful part is to start sharing what they're able to do again, that they started receiving benefits from the treatment, and that created hope. And on the re-exams, they could see the functional progress. And now here's where they're at again. But what we want to connect here is the goals, the actual quality of life that they're experiencing now, that the things that they couldn't do before, that they can do now. We want to go into depth of that. We want to show B-roll of them doing that. Now, that may sound a little overwhelming to you to have to produce something like that, and you don't have to produce this by yourself. There are some very easy tips and tricks that you can actually contact a film school close to you, because they have interns that are always looking for projects that they could do for their class. And getting just somebody that's got a little bit of background and decent microphone and lighting to help you document these can be extremely powerful. So you don't have to spend a lot of money to create these, but these will generate so much money for you if you use them in your marketing and help patients, potential patients, connect with the story of the transformation. The most successful practices are producing about one of these a quarter. So that's 4 a year, 4 case studies a year. It's not a lot. But if you will put your energy into that, put that into your marketing calendar, oh man, you will have an asset that will pay dividends for the life of your practice. Okay? So go get that done. Number 4 is all about building a team now that can actually deliver those transformational, services without you. We want to build a treatment path that you are interchangeable, that your brand is not built around a personality. It's built around a system. And in the case study, you're selling the system. You actually intentionally have the patient talk about discovering the system, not you as the doctor. That it's you that built it, that they're so grateful for you in discovering this transformational system, but it's the system. And you're building a team that can deliver that system so that you can continue to focus on the things that are most valuable for you. And that is your journey. Like, where do you want to be in the business? What level of operations? Because as a provider, one-to-one with patients, you can create some impact. But when you move up to clinic director and you're building a team that creates that impact, you can actually expand your impact one-to-many. And that's an incredible place where you can truly not only transform your impact, but transform your income, your profit as a facility. Now, step number 5 is we want to take that team and we want to truly incentivize them. Incentivizing the team behind the very pieces of the patient transformation that they are directly responsible for. We have a framework in the data-driven practice, connecting a data-driven dashboard to the team's specific metrics that they're responsible for, and by identifying key levels that if they hit, it unlocks their bonus for them. And it's properly balanced, meaning that if they unlock the bonus, there's more money in the practice to share. So it's a profit-sharing bonus program that is powerful. It keeps the team motivated and incentivized to keep pushing for growth and treating more patients, because when we are all successful, we are all making more money, and that's a proper incentivization program. If you want to understand the framework for that, if you want to dive deeper into that, we cover these things in the Turn Your Data into Dollars free challenge. It's a 10-day challenge where you will get to work with me for free, where I train you on exactly the framework on how to attract your ideal patients, how to drill down into key messaging that has a message to market fit, on how you can ignite that through viral organic marketing to drive a one-to-many sales opportunity, where I will show you the clear path to 6-figure months. If that sounds like something you'd like to be a part of, we have our next challenge starting very soon. So just put in the comments below, challenge accepted. Challenge accepted, and our team will make sure you get the link to sign up for this challenge. Again, it's free. 10 days where you get to be with me in our community and learning the secrets to building not only the practice of your dreams, but the life of your dreams. Post challenge accepted below.